All right, I just hit record.
All right. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's Lunch and Learn. As you know, we try to keep these calls 30 minutes, only focusing on one specific topic. Well, today's topic is going to be very essential to your growth in learning Forex because of the fact that um, we do all these things in the charts in the market, but when it comes to the mentality of trading and the psychology of trading, sometimes we need more strengthening in that area or that department. So, what I want to do today is bring on our very special, our own Kenny Jordan, who's going to actually give us some great nuggets on how to stay psychology, keep our psychology up, and how to make sure we handle the trading world properly. Okay, so save your questions for the end. Make sure you mute yourself out, and then from there we'll be able to answer probably like 4 to 5 questions, depending on the time that we have left. So, with nothing else to say, Kenny Jordan, the floor is yours, my brother.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for that introduction, Joe. I appreciate you hosting these lunch and learns every day, training and teaching basic and intermediate Forex training to our organization. And this has been it's been an asset to Gobi Trade House. All right, everybody, this is Kenny J with Gobi Trade House. And I'm going to show everybody today a very important part of your marathon that you're going to go on, okay? Because Forex is not a sprint or a race, it's a marathon, okay? So you're going to learn and compound knowledge along the way. But if this is a very important part, and if you could grasp this early, if you could grasp the psychology part of Forex early, which I believe is 80% of your game or getting good, okay, at trading Forex, it's about 80% is the psychology of how to control your greed, your patience, and your discipline. Okay, so I've been trading for 4 years. My first two, maybe close to like and a half, close in that range year of trading. Okay, I was taking a lot of losses. Okay, I realized early I was good at predicting the charts, but there was something that was missing. Okay, there was something that was missing because I saw other people that were taking similar trades to me and they were winning, but I kept losing. And I was trying to figure out what those things were. So what I did is I went on a demo account for 6 months straight. Okay, and I practiced and I figured out what was my issue. Okay, and it all boiled down to these three things. And once I actually got to a point where I was able to master, okay, my greed, my patience, and my discipline, I started to see amazing consistency while trading Forex. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys, okay, how to control your greed, your patience, and your discipline. You guys might want to write these down. These are your 3 keys to trading Forex. This is the psychology part of trading Forex. Okay, so first and foremost, how to control your greed. One thing about the Forex world is that it exposes parts of your personality. As a matter of fact, it's going to enhance parts of your personality, all right, that may be something that may be a fault to you. So if you were a greedy person, okay, if you were already a greedy person, Forex is going to make you more greedy. Okay, your greed is going to come out more in Forex. Okay, if you're already an impatient person, Forex is going to test your patience more than anything else in life. Okay, I'm going to talk more about that in a minute. If you're impatient, you're going to be even more impatient if you're trading Forex if you don't have it under control. All right, and if you lack discipline, then Forex is going to expose that as well. So for me, I had a lack in all 3. All right, and I was able to narrow it down by repetition and by practice. So first and foremost, how to control your greed. First of all, you need a plan. You need a plan to control your greed, right? So the first thing, guys, the first thing you need, and let me go ahead and share my screen here. Can you guys see my my document here that I'm pulling up? It's still loading. 1 second.
Yes, sir.
Can you see the Gobi? Can you see the compounding spreadsheet?
Yes, it's loading. It's good.
Yeah.
All right. So if you want to control your greed, you need a plan. What is your plan of attack? There's a lot of people who come to me in the inbox and they say, look, I lost this trade. And my first question to them is like, what was your plan of attack on that trade? All right. What was your plan of attack? And your plan of attack all boils down to your discipline. So for example, your plan of attack, if I ask you this question, you should be able to tell me, well, my account balance was $500. Okay. I chose a lot size of 50 cents. All right. Which is $5 a pip. My goal was 10 pips. So I can make $50. So my net profit could be $550. That's a plan of attack. Okay. And this is how you're going to control your greed. Now, this is all based off $500, but you can choose any account balance. The Gobi compounding spreadsheet is going to help you control your greed. It's going to make sure you don't overcompensate on your account and that you start trading with too much money. All right. You could put your aggressive settings on different settings. Okay. You could put it on super conservative. This is a super aggressive setting that someone made for themselves, but still, it's still a plan of attack. All right. Trade 2, what was your plan? Well, I wanted to use 60 cents a pip, which is $6 a pip. I wanted to get 10 pips out of that so I can make $60. So now my new net profit could be $610. You guys follow me, right? So this is something that is going to help you. Download the Gobi compound spreadsheet, and this is where you get it. Okay. Your Gobi compound spreadsheet is going to be back here. I'm just going to let this load real quick. All right. You're going to click on Gobi compounding strategy. All right. And you're just going to scroll down a little bit and you're going to click here and you'll have your very own Gobi compounding spreadsheet. So you can control your greed. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on. That's the first step to controlling your greed. Okay, let me go ahead and hit you all real quick. Boom, there we go. The next part, using proper risk management. Okay, that also boils down to the Gobi compounding spreadsheet. You want to use proper risk management. All right, and I'll go over a little bit more about that later on in this training, what proper risk management looks like according to the strategies we use inside of Gobi Trade House in our 8 confirmations. But the spreadsheet also gives you proper risk management as well. So you have 2 things knocked out there. And securing satisfactory profits, and I'm going to go over that a little further as we go along. So I gave you a plan on how to control your greed, right? So how to remain patient. Number 1, trust the trade. Trust your analysis. If you are marking up the charts and you actually go over and you see that it matches your 8 confirmations, right? It's fair with the trend. If you have hour candlesticks closing below or above your moving 50 and your 10, all right? All of your other confirmations are adding up, okay? You're checking the candlestick momentum, your wicks, have it retested, okay? Is it near a support and resistance zone? Okay, you check all these things, and if your 8 confirmations match up, you enter that trade with confidence and you trust your analysis. If it has not hit the stop loss or the take profit, it's still a good trade. Hold until it completes its course. Now, this is huge, okay? Because what sometimes we get in the chat, so, you know, how many people we got on right now? This is a locker room. This is the locker room talk, right? Y'all don't mind if I keep it real. Give me a 111 in the chat if you don't mind if I keep it real right now. This is a locker room chat, okay? Whenever you get into a trade, and sometimes you start seeing in our chats, once that trade starts retracing a little bit, we start getting the play-by-play. Oh no, I'm in the negatives 5 pips. I'm in the negative 10 pips. Oh, it's coming back to entry. It's coming back. Okay, we're starting to play-by-play, right? We need an announcer, like an NBA announcer in the chat, giving us the play-by-play on where the candlestick is going, where it's coming back to. Guys, it's not necessary. Trust the trade. If your stop loss and your take profit are set, your parameters are set, trust that trade, hold until it completes its course, okay? If it hasn't hit the stop loss or the take profit yet, it's still a good trade, okay? It's still a good trade. Trust it. Do not micromanage your trade. Okay, who wants to be a manager, okay? Who wants to be a manager and have a new job and start micromanaging their trades, okay? Okay, how many people, I've been a victim of it too. How many people actually go to the M1 whenever we're in a trade? Okay, we're in a trade and you're on the M1, which is every minute candlestick, and you're watching this trade go up and down, driving yourself crazy. Like, when is this gonna start finally going into the blue? All right, I've been a victim of it. Give me a 111 in the chat if you do that and you micromanage your trade. All right, guys, let me tell you something. I see people laughing in the chat. Get off of the M1. The M1 is designed to drive you crazy. The M1 is for scalpers. Okay, we're doing short swings and long swings on our trades. Do not micromanage your trade on the M1. All you're gonna do is discourage yourself because the M1 is like zooming into a microscope. Okay, and all you're seeing is the movement of each minute candlestick. You're not seeing the full trajectory of what's gonna happen. Stay on the H1 or the H4 if you really want to see the true action inside of the market. Okay, so do not micromanage your trade. All right, this is a key of how to remain patient. If you know that you have that type of attention you need to give it, let me show you what you guys need to do. All right, do you see my phone? You throw the phone and go do something else. All right, go to sleep, take a bath, go work out, do something else, but do not micromanage your trade. Okay, just set it, forget it. Okay, 95% of trades pull back. So I just want you guys to please, please, please understand. Right now, if you're not used to the red, I want you to get used to seeing red right now, because the majority of trades are going to pull back. 95%. So you might as well say 100% of trades pull back. Don't even give yourself that 5% to discourage you. When you get into a trade, automatically convince yourself this trade is pulling back. If it goes into a sniper mode and it goes into if it starts getting the blue right away, just consider that a blessing from the Lord. Okay, because really 95% of trades are going to pull back. Number one, you have a spread. Whenever you get into a trade, it costs money, usually a pip or two or three, depending on your broker. So when you get into that trade's going to be in the red automatically because there's a fee. So understand that's how it's going to be. 95% of trades pull back. Trade in the trading world, it works like a bow and arrow. It pulls back, okay, it retests the zone, and then eventually shoots off into its eventual course to hit our goal in our analysis. So get used to seeing the red. There's no reason for the play-by-play, okay? Whenever you get into a trade, trust the analysis. Now, check this out right here. This is something that I learned. This is also, this is about psychology. Hold, even if it takes 2 to 3 days or more to hit TP or SL, hold. I'm gonna say that again, because a lot of people, we start panicking after 8 hours in a trade. When I enter a trade, I automatically, I'm looking to be into this trade for at least a week. If it happens earlier than that, I feel like it's a blessing. But when I get into the trade, my mindset, because I've been trading for so long and I've already have tested myself on the demo, I psyched myself out to be as patient to hold a trade for a week when I get into it. Okay, at least a week. I will go 2 weeks if I have to. If it didn't hit my SL or my TP yet, I'm holding. All right. Why in the Forex world are we so impatient? Because we can make money quicker, right? People in the stock world, they're in a trade and they're being in a trade for 6 months or a year or more, just so they can see a little bit of profit sometimes. So they're entering, because of the design of the stock market world, they're entering a trade automatically saying, I'm going to wait for this company's equity to blow up, and then I'm going to see a profit, even if it takes 1, 2, 3, 4 years. But in the Forex world, we start panicking in 2 hours, right? Let's think like a stockbroker, at least. A stockbroker that needs at least a week or two, okay? So this psychology here is going to help you when you enter your trade for patience purposes, okay? Hold until it completes its course. How to remain disciplined. Let's go ahead and do the definition on discipline, right? Discipline, the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience. Okay. And can anybody tell me in the chat what your punishment is, okay, for being disobedient? It's a blown account, right? Thank you, Jordan. I see you, okay? Your punishment is a blown account for not being disciplined, okay? So being disciplined is key, okay, in order to keep your account alive and to keep you collecting pips and moving your account forward, right? That's the definition of discipline. You must have a plan. Use proper risk management. Now, I'm going to give you guys a nugget or tool that I personally use when I trade. I'm not saying you do this. Customize it around your own personality and your own trading strategy, because all we could do, guys, is give you how we trade, give you our confirmations, back-tested strategies, but you eventually come to your own custom style of trading. That's what ends up happening over time. That's something that works for you, a pair that works for you, an account balance that works for you, all right? A strategy that works for you, but you get to take knowledge from people who are having success and say, this works for me, right? So this what works for me. So you guys can take this and use it, okay? And I'm using this right now in the Autobot and having extreme success. Give yourself at least a negative 100 or 200 pip cushion or more for pullbacks. Now, in order to do this properly, you need to be able to be using proper risk management. And let me give you an example what that looks like. If you have $100 in your account, a negative 100 pip cushion looks like 0.10. That is that's a dollar a pip. Okay. That used to be, that's a rule of thumb for when I trade. For every $100 I have in my account, I'm only going to be trading $1 a pip. That way, if the trade pulls back negative 50, I still have 50 in equity. It's not going to hurt me. It could pull back negative 80 pips and it's not going to hurt me because I have a huge cushion. And I know that if the markets pull back, if my analysis is right, if I believe in my analysis, I can survive that trade, right? So big cushions are good if you're believing in your analysis, okay? Also, a rule of thumb for currency pairs. Now, I can't speak on crypto or index or gold or metals, okay? But when it comes to Forex, majority of the time, currency pairs, especially FX majors and FX crosses, don't usually pull back 100 pips. It takes some time for it to do it, especially if you have good marks. It's not going to pull back 100 pips. It may go back 40, 50, 60, or 70 or something like that before it goes on the path that you predicted it to be on. So always have in your mind, I need to survive this worst case scenario, okay? So by giving yourself a negative 100 pip cushion, you will be able to survive the majority of currency pair trades. Does that make sense, right? So this is how I rarely lose trades, guys. Rarely lose a trade, okay? In months. And the reason why is because I put myself in a position, okay, with these type of parameters and this type of psychology attached to my trading game. When the trade comes in, get into the trade as soon as possible. Now, this is in regards to a run up the back challenge trade, a trade alert. Get into the trade as soon as possible. The sooner you get in, the closer you are to entering the trade, the same entry point as the professional or the sniper analyzer. So you don't want to miss the opportunity. That's why you got to be on the live sessions, or you got to make sure your notifications on, so when that trade comes in, you can get into that trade right away, right at that sniper entry with us. Now, this is something I also learned, guys. Okay, cash out early if necessary with satisfactory profits. And I'll actually add on this, add a trailing stop loss, right? So if you see your trade shoot in the profit, maybe 4, 5, or 6 pips, go ahead and add a trailing stop loss right there, maybe right around 3 or 4 pips. So if it pulls back, at least you made profit. Now, you don't have to get 10 pips every time, 20 pips every time, whatever your goal is. If you make money on your account, you're compounding your account in the right direction. You may get 3 pips on one, and you may get 4 pips on another and 3 pips on another, and that's your 10 pips. Okay, it's the baseball diamond strategy. Whenever you getting 10 pips on a trade, think of that as hitting a home run. But what if we use the baseball diamond as a metaphor? Base 1, 3 pips. That could be one trade. Base 2, 4 pips. That could be trade 2. Base 3, 3 pips. And guess what? You go and you finish the diamond at 10 pips, you got your home run, but you just got it on 3 different trades, right? And it's all about being patient and cashing out satisfactory profits, okay? Because a lot of our trades go into profits, and then a lot of people don't take those profits, and we'll wait for it to hit TP, and then that trader retrace, right? And then you're thinking, dang, I should have took it. Let me tell you guys, nothing wrong with taking it. I cash out early all the time. Even on the Autobot, I can show you guys so many trades. I took $3, $4, $2 on the Autobot as it's building my profile right now, because I'm just cashing out satisfactory profits. That is a huge key to trading Forex. Cash out early if you can, okay? And just add to your account. 5 to 10% daily account growth can make you wealthy over a period of time, okay? And this is just a nugget that we can go deeper into on another training, all right? I had how this actually looks, growing your account 5 to 10% a day, okay? So basically what we're saying is you don't need to grow your account a lot, okay, in order to create wealth in trading, okay? And then the last slide, guys, the results, okay? So these are some just old results that I've had here, compounding. Blues, all you see is blues and waves, okay, on this account here, as I'm using all of these strategies that we are doing. So this was a $2,600, I think it was in 2 weeks here that I did, took a bunch of trades. Obviously, I think this is over 20 something trades, no losses. And I just added this at the end of the slide because these were real results created by taking trade alerts, but actually doing it, applying these strategies, okay? So guys, with that being said, controlling your greed, your patience, and your discipline are very, very, very important in regards to trading Forex, okay? And if you guys apply these small, simple tools that I just went over here, you're gonna have way more success in trading, okay? You're gonna win way more, and you're not gonna be, put yourself in a position where you're thinking that you're going to lose and you cash out early, all right? And you're not able to manifest the maximum amount that you're supposed to receive on these trades. We want everybody to trade with accuracy, all right? And controlling your greed, patience, and discipline is going to allow you to do that. So I hope you guys got some nuggets for the psychology training. We could go way more in depth on this. We're gonna have a part 2 and part 3, because I know Joe and our master analyzers have some more to add on to this. All right, so with that being said, that's gonna conclude this training here. I'll pass it back to you, Joe.
Man. Well, first of all, everybody drop some dollar signs for the value that our brother Kenny just dropped for today's lunch and learn, okay? That's number one. As everyone do that, just know that myself, Kenny, all the master traders, all the experienced traders that we do have in Gobi Trade House, we have experience. If you're a week 1, week 2 person, it's no need for you to have to worry about losing trades because of the fact that you have the psychology built up from the beginning. You getting these tools from the beginning. You getting our experience from the beginning, to where if we made the mistakes in the past and we share them with you, the goal is for you to not to make those same mistakes, okay? Of course, it's going to happen sometimes, but the fact that if you keep hearing this over and over again, it's going to get to a point to where you better control your greed, you better control your patience, and also your discipline. So this is going to be very major in order to move and have growth in the Forex market, okay? So make sure you go back and watch this video. If you haven't taken notes on it, just go back and watch it, take notes on it, and start applying it small steps at a time, okay? Talking about atomic habits. So small steps will lead to big goals in the future. So again, Jordan, Kenny, appreciate you for coming on the call. and sharing this powerful information, because like I said, we can learn how to do support resistance, we can learn how to draw trend lines, we can get entry points, but it doesn't matter if we don't have the psychology behind it of knowing when to get in the trade or taking too much greed and things of that nature. So I appreciate you for coming on. And at this time, like I do with every call, I would like to see if we have any questions. So we have maybe 3 questions. We can, you can unmute yourself and we'll be able to answer them real quick for you. So I think this was a pretty straightforward call. So with that being said, what I want to do is I thank you all for being on this call today. To get these nuggets, and I want you to apply them, because you can have the knowledge, but if you don't apply them, it's not going to be successful for you. So please use this information and take it as part of another tool for your tool belt. Okay. So with that being said, everybody have a great afternoon. Go grab lunch if you haven't already, and we'll see you all on the call this evening. So everybody go be great.
Go be great.
Be great, everybody. Tuning
Thank-
in. Peace.
Thank you. Have a good day.
So be
Thank
great.
you.
Have a
Thank
good
you,
rest of your day.
Kenny.
We appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Joe and Kenny and everyone.